So this could be 25, 30 years that it's going to be subject to the jurisdiction of a court. Hi, Jeff Brasacci, the Plain English Attorney, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about who actually sets up an inheritance trust. This is probably going to be a quick one, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is from a r/estate planning. Who sets up the inheritance trust? Facts. Parents want to give their child all of their assets upon their death, but don't want child's spouse to have any access to their assets post-death. Child is in agreement, and both the parents and child desire the assets to stay in the bloodline family. However, child does not have any children, and both child and parents agree that upon death of both the child and parents, remaining assets go to other blood relatives. In this case, who sets up the inheritance trust to receive the parents' assets upon death? Is it the child or the parents? Asking because I am trying to figure out who should be the one hiring an estate lawyer to execute this plan. Well, there actually is a really clear answer. It's the parents. But let's go ahead and check out some of the attorney advice before I go ahead and give my advice at the end. It's the parents' property, so the parents create the trust. They are the clients. Very clearly stated. Another one, parents would definitely be the creators of the trust in this case. Again, it's their estate wishes. The other thing is this also incorporates not just the trust, but also powers of attorney, who's making healthcare decisions. All of this is kind of done at once. So really, it's the parents who should be getting a complete plan, not just this one inheritance piece that goes along with it. Well, let's keep going. Don't do a testamentary trust. Trust created upon death through a will. Create a living trust created while alive. The testamentary trust has to go through probate, which is expensive, whereas the living trust avoids probate, which will cost a lot less. Before you ask, if they create a revocable living trust, your parents will be the trustee and beneficiary, so they will remain in complete control while they are alive. Practically, the only difference is that bills will come in the name of the trust. Talk to an estate planning attorney. Very good advice. Let's keep this out of court as much as possible. The other thing which wasn't really said, if this is a testamentary trust and that money goes into probate court, the testamentary trust may have to have ongoing reporting that has to go to the court until the child passes on. So this could be 25, 30 years that it's going to be subject to the jurisdiction of a court. With a revocable trust, you do not. If you think it's important for educational videos like this to get out there, then please help us out by subscribing to the channel. Not have that issue. And here's where my advice comes in. The revocable living trust should definitely be set up by the parents. There are a few big reasons for them to work with the attorney and not the child. First, I'm just reiterating what the other people said, the other attorneys mentioned. It's their plan, so they should choose which successor beneficiaries are going to inherit. They've said they want to keep it in the bloodline, but who does that mean? Do they actually want it to go according to what the state says is your closest relative, or do they want to pick the relatives? Let the parents handle that piece of it. It's not really up to the child to pick and choose between the parents' siblings versus nieces and nephews, ages of inheritance, and other inheritance terms. Another one, do the parents want to specifically disinherit any relatives, blood or not? The views of the parents may not line up with their child on these matters. Let me tell you, when I end up working with clients and we really keep going down, it's usually not the kids that they're disinheriting. It's usually not the grandkids they disinherit. But if we're going beyond that, and it's going either to their siblings or their nieces and nephews, a lot more often than you'd think, yeah, there's somebody and their descendants getting cut out. It could be a niece or a nephew. And they've got their own reasons. Now, the child makes, well, I've always been fine with this cousin. I'm not going to cut them out. But it's what the parents want that really is most important. Most importantly, and this is one that wasn't really mentioned, but it really should be, does the child really want to explain to their spouse that they were the ones who worked with, instructed, and paid for an attorney to create a trust that cut their own spouse out of inheriting family money? Believe me, that's something entirely likely to come up every time the spouse wants money from the trust for something and the trustee says no. Why did you create this trust this way? We can't get to any of this money, and we want. Well, the spouse may really be saying it's what they want, but they're saying it in terms of it's what we want. And if the child is the one who set up the trust, that's just going to be on them, and it shouldn't be. It doesn't need to be. And of course, at that point, go ahead. Let her blame the parents for disinheriting her. They're gone. They don't have to deal with the grief. So, and this also comes into play with who should be the trustee. The parents should probably choose someone other than the child to be the trustee for the same reasons. Now the child gets to simply throw up their hands and say they had no control over the situation since it was the parents' plans made with their attorney. Very important. Let me tell you, it's the family dynamic that could really be messing things up if it's not done the right way and putting it on the child as opposed to the parents. When it's the parents' estate plan, it should be them. These are the main reasons for the parents to be the ones to work with the attorney. While it is important for the parents to work with the attorney to get exactly what they want, it's probably more important for the family harmony for the child to be able to credibly say they really had no hand in setting up this trust. So I hope you found that information useful. As I always tell my clients, please stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life. And whatever you do, make it a great day.